Hello, travelers of the internet! Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or, if you're new to the channel, well, hey there and welcome to ya. My name is JGuard01, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the world's virtual. And I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to a Guardian Studios experience here on the YouTube channel. Hey there, Zerio, first chatter of the session, and you are right on time for the beginning. Hello, my friend. Hello to you, and hello to everybody else watching, live or otherwise. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's having a good day or night, depending on where you are in the world. And I hope you enjoy the chaos of a JGuard01 Guardian Studios stream. We're going to get right down to cases, getting some resources for future use. I'm going to start by getting rid of these spruce trees. Well, I say getting rid of. We're getting the spruce. We need spruce for some of the things that I want to do. We're also going to need to do some jungle wood farming, so that's going to happen tonight. Oh, well, there goes that axe. I knew it wouldn't last long, but I was hoping it would last a little longer than that before I'd have to trade up. So how are you doing tonight, Zerio? You doing good? I hope you are. Bum ba da dum ba da da dum bum bum bum. Ba da 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 do 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 ba da da do da 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 do ba ba da 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 do. Yes, I'm humming Mario. Nintendo, get over it. I'm just having fun. It's gaming related. I'm doing pretty good, Zerio. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. I'm always glad to hear when my viewers are doing good, so I'm glad you are doing well. And thank you for letting me know. Alright, we got a couple of saplings out of that. Good. I say let's take care of this one next. I may end up having to go get another copper axe. The downside of the early days, which yes, we are still in the early days, even if it is day 168 in-game, you end up burning through your tools pretty fast because they are, even when they're decent efficiency, they are not very durable. Hey, Ellison! I'm gonna go ahead and be preemptive here. Chicken jockey! Always gotta get that chicken jockey line in there. It is such a meme, but the memes are probably going to get even more numerous because we have it confirmed, as some of you will have seen in the recent Minecraft Live thing, that they are definitely working towards something with the next Minecraft movie. I think they're calling it a Minecraft movie squared or something. Hey, Davian! Davian! Hello! Hello, 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 my friend. Welcome back to Guardian Studios, dude. Glad you can make it. Hope you're doing alright tonight, or today, if it's still daytime for you. But yeah, there's been some theorizing going around already that they're gonna try to pull a Herobrine into the Minecraft movie universe. And personally, I'm almost hoping that they do, because usually when a Minecraft thing does Herobrine as a character, it ends up being somewhat interesting. I mean, let's look at the, what are they called now? I don't remember, but they used to be called Black Plasma Studios. Let's take a look at what they did with Animation Life. It ended up being really cool what they did with Herobrine when they brought him in. Alright, Ellison. Hey, that's fine. I'm okay with people being here just to chill. You want to cause chaos in the chat? That's fine, as long as it's all in good humor. You want to just hang out and chill and just watch the chaos on the screen, if any? That's also fine. I'm good with any and all of that. Hey, Ham! Good to see you, dude! Glad you can make it! Zerio, to answer your question, no. I did not watch the Minecraft movie all the way through. I started to watch it at one point with part of my family. We started watching it. We weren't sure what it was going to be like. But they were curious. I was slightly curious. I mean, I'd had a lot of it kind of spoiled for me by that point. Thanks to all the trailers showing so much of it. But, yeah, I started to watch it. We didn't finish, because it was not an occasion where we could sit down to finish the whole thing. Do I have my spare bed? I do, thank goodness. I can go ahead and sleep. Yes, it is good to see you again, Ham. Hello to you, my friend. I'm so glad you can make it, pal. There's gonna be some shenanigans on this session if I can manage it. And some major advancements, too, if I can maintain my plan. We'll see if I actually can or not. We'll see. My hope is to get something major accomplished. Hey, Ellison, I recommend playing some Minecraft. I always recommend Minecraft to anybody looking for a game to play. Is that right, Ham? That's good. That's good. But in regards to the Minecraft movie thing, I've been seeing some of what happened with the Minecraft Live, and I've watched a couple of videos where people have been talking about what was discussed in it. And yeah, it looks like there might be a Herobrine thing going to happen. I'm a little uneasy about it, but at the same time, what I did see of the Minecraft movie, it's not entirely as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be nothing but Meme City, but it's actually kind of nice. I mean, considering what it is, it's basically a comic adventure within a realistically stylized Minecraft universe of its own. And it's kind of cool. But I'm looking forward to see what they do with a character of Alex, because it's been all but confirmed Alex is going to be in. They've got the actress talking about it and everything, from what I understand. And it sounds like they're bringing in somebody who would fit a Herobrine role. I don't think it's been confirmed if he's going to be Herobrine, or if Herobrine is even going to be a thing. But if he isn't going to be a thing, I would be amazed, because, let's just be honest, Herobrine has been part of the Minecraft community legend for years. He's the longest standing creepy thing in Minecraft's history. And it would be a major surprise if he wasn't made into a thing somewhere along the way in the movies. Because I don't doubt, if they can, since they hit it out of the park in terms of having a lot in the first Minecraft movie, and the first Minecraft movie doing good, I'd be surprised if they don't do a third one at some point. Like, they could easily, with everything that's in Minecraft, they could make at least 3 movies. I figure they'll probably go for 3. maybe a fourth, but that's going to depend on what they decide to take to do it. I might do that, Zario, because I'm thinking I might set up a dock somewhere amongst the parts of the treehouse. So I could do some kind of diving board thing, but I'd also have to make sure I have a way to get up safely from the water. So we'll see what I do with that. LARP it till you make it? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ham. But I know we've already talked about it a little, but I want to talk for a moment about that dappled forest and the introduction of wool stairs and wool slabs, along with the other stuff that's been discussed since the Minecraft Live. There is apparently going to be a straw bed, which is basically what we've wanted for sleeping bags for a while now, where you can make a bed out of straw that you place down, and it's basically a one-off sleep and get the night over with, and then it's just gone. I would have made it so that you could pick it back up, but have it have like a durability or something. But I don't know. That's just me. That's what I would have done as an officially implemented sleeping bag type thing. That's what I would have done. Have it be that you can stack it, but once you use one, it ends up having a durability. And then those with the same durability, they stack on each other, and blah, 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 blah. That's what I would have done. But I'm not a Mojang developer. I'm not a Minecraft or Mojang developer person. I am just the gamer. I'm just a gamer that enjoys playing Minecraft. Ah. Gotcha. Yeah. I have seen clips of the movie here and there, unfortunately, so I've got a little more awareness of what happens in it than I would like to have, considering I didn't actually, see it all the way through. But I'm still interested to go ahead and watch it all the way through. Occasionally, when I'm streaming, mostly, if I don't see somebody in the chat, I'll be like, I wonder what that person's up to. Wonder if I'll see them tonight, or today, or whenever. You using some tough blocks, Davian? Nice. Yeah, I saw your message, Ellison. Sorry, guys, I'm going back and responding to what chat messages I can. An ender pearl dispenser at the bottom. Not a bad idea, but we'll see. I might try to implement ender pearl dispenser stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Well, I'm glad that it comes across that way, Ham. You ever play any other games in your free time? Depends on what kind of game you're talking about. If you're talking about games in general, yeah. I play a lot of video games. Let's just put it that way. If I were to not be presently playing a video game, it's only because I'm dealing with something else IRL. Which, for anybody who doesn't know that term, in real life. I think they may have figured out ways to do it. I think they may have found a way to do that, Ham, but I don't know. I, unfortunately, am not an expert on such matters. But it would surprise me if they haven't. To be entirely blunt, it would surprise me if they hadn't figured out a way to do that yet. But again, I'm no expert, so... I'm gonna take that back. Right, I'm gonna put some of the wood in here. What's in here? Ah, cactus. So I think I'm actually gonna make this also have space for sticks. Nah, that was dumb. Should've just done that from the start. There we go. That gets the sticks out of my inventory. Just throwing out random ideas. Don't feel like you need to use them. Yeah, fair enough, Zerial. Fair enough. Which is something I like about the streaming. You guys can throw ideas at me live, so I actually see them. I can understand that. I can understand that, Ham. And also understand what you're dealing with, Davian. If you're mining and dealing with gravel, I totally understand. Fishing rod connected to pressure plate. Oh, interesting. I may have to look into that, Ham. Ellison, you have fun with the nether. I'm not going to the nether quite yet. I want to get diamond gear before I go to the nether. But I know it's going to happen sooner or later. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to go to the nether. And I'm dreading it. Because I'm pretty sure I know the kind of biome I'm going to get stuck in. I always end up getting stuck in a biome that I hate. Like, 99 out of 100 times, I will get stuck in a biome that I despise, and I will end up raging as I am killed. Mainly because I got busy, and then I got busy, Ham, and Java content was a little harder to get back into making at the time. And so I've been going back to doing Bedrock Edition more. But Java content is not completely abandoned. Don't get the idea that I'm not going to do any. I am going to do Java content too. Gonna do some ASMR stuff. Gonna do actual Java videos. Modded and unmodded. It's just going to take a little time for me to get into figuring out a way to schedule my doing all that, because I want to do a lot of it. I want to get to making a lot more content than I used to do. Yeah, even more content than I used to do is what I mean. I shoot my room, but the gravel is bugging me in a second. Woodland, forest, biome. I wish Minecraft would. Ah, you're dealing with. Okay, so you're in the Nether. Is that what I'm understanding, Davian? You're in the Nether, dealing with that mess. Have fun with that. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm genuinely saying have fun with that if you can, because it is not normally fun. It is not normally any fun to deal with the Nether, especially not in my circumstances. My circumstances, I'm usually dying left, right, and center. Oh, I've died a few times in the last few streams, Ellison. Oh, I was using the spear a lot, Ham, but, in earlier days, the spear is a lot weaker. It's better when you can have a diamond one and get it enchanted. I currently cannot, so I'm sticking with the sword for now. Ah, okay. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I see what you were saying now. I see what you're saying now, Davian. You normally get stuck with the Hoglin Crimson Forest in the Nether, but you're hoping that you get a Warped Forest this time. Okay. Yep, I get you. I get you now. It took me a second to understand what you were talking about. Going back to an earlier question, I think it might have been Zario that asked. I do play a lot of other games, mostly stuff that's single player. Like, I'll play a lot of games with stories. RPGs being one of my main ones. I'll play games like Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda stuff. I'll play the Paper Mario games. Mostly in that series I play the old ones. The first two in particular I love. One day I'll probably play those on the channel for you guys, because if you have never seen the original Paper Mario or its direct sequel, The Thousand Year Door, they are extremely good. The gameplay is easy to get into, and it is a fun take on Mario as an RPG. It really is. Alright, Ham. Well, thank you for dropping in, my dude, and I hope we see you again on another session. I really, really do. Until then, take care of yourself. You got it? Well, I think some of them do. Some of them do. Some are fortunate enough to get exposed to the goods, the good stuff, the classics. Some of them need to get that exposure. Just responding to what Ham was saying. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. And I do play a few other multiplayer games, but usually it's something like, it's something I'm playing it with family or friends. Occasionally, I will play something of a higher rating that is multiplayer. You did play... Oh, yeah! I have previously on this channel started to play Spyro, the Reignited trilogy, because that's a remake of the original trilogy. And I played Tears of the Kingdom on here once. I would love to do that again. I'd love to do that again and just be more whimsical about it. Same with Breath of the Wild. I would love to get Breath of the Wild content out and share with you guys one of my favorite games. And then, of course, for a long while, we did have the Fall Guy Fridays. Those were fun. I'm thinking that... I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, I'm thinking about bringing back Fall Guy Friday. But part of the thing about Fall Guy Friday was that I would actually have some of my viewers join me if they had the game and wanted to play it. So, if anybody is interested in that, let me know, please, and we'll see if we can't make it happen again. Because, again, I would love to do that kind of stuff again. Jungle logs. I'm already farming jungle logs, dude. The only thing you've got here that I would take would be the gunpowder. And I don't really need that yet. So... Plus, you shouldn't even be up here, dude. This is my gunpowder. Or not gunpowder. This is my sugarcane farm. Get out of my sugarcane farm. Actually, you shouldn't even be up here in my farms at all. So get out. Be gone, doofus. And take your trading llamas with you. Nasty little moron. The Wandering Trader is a very invasive kind of tradesman, isn't he? He invades your personal spaces and tries to sell you junk. Half the time it's junk you don't even really need. Occasionally the Wandering Trader will sell you something good, but most of the time he doesn't sell you anything worth a darn at all. That's why I don't like him. I mean, if I can get mangrove propagules off of them, or mangrove logs, I will buy that stuff like it's candy. Like I'm a kid in a candy store. I will snatch that stuff up like nobody's business. Because that is the most frustrating wood to farm. Well, one of the two most frustrating woods. The other most frustrating wood to acquire is actually a pair of wood types. The warped and crimson woods. The warped and crimson stems are a pain to farm. Mainly because you got to do something about the warped and regular nether wart blocks. The wart blocks end up being the real reason why I can't stand having to farm those woods, and would rather just go to the biomes and tear down those trees. It's also part of why I love having a hoe among my tools. Once I get diamond tools, I will get one, I will enchant it up with efficiency, unbreaking, and all that, and I will use that to tear my way through warped and crimson, I lost the word. Warts. Warped and crimson wart blocks so fast. But I still don't like having to farm those woods. I love using them. Hate having to farm them. Because they are a pain in the butt. Yes, I said butt. Get over it. It's not that funny. I'm sure there's someone out there laughing about it. Going up. I very soon am gonna have to do something about getting some cobblestone to make the towers at the corners of this build. I gotta have my safe passage up and down. Not to mention the towers at the sides. I'm thinking those are gonna be 4x4 size towers, and they're gonna have bridges connecting them to the corner towers. Stone bridges, not wood bridges. That way I can go from... I can change things up so that there's a bridge from the treehouse leading to the tower on this side, and then through the tower on this side, I'll be able to go into the stone maker and the bamboo farm, or go to the left or right, whichever way I need to go, to a corner tower to take a water elevator within that tower up here to the tree farm. That's a lot of long-winded talk in there, but hey. When I'm comfortable, when I'm in a good mood, I get talkative. If I don't have anything to say, though, I will be very quiet. But then, aren't we all kind of like that sometimes? When we have nothing to say, we don't say a thing. If you're not like that, then hey, don't feel like that's bad. It's just different from other people. Which is not a bad thing. We are all different people, each and every one of us. Nothing wrong about being different. Alright, let me see here. Got so much jungle wood I'm gonna need, because I want to build the mining tree. That's the whole point of this session, is getting ready for and then building the mining tree. The tree that will provide me access to the underground within its shelter. Within the shelter of its branches and trunk, I will have access to the underground and storage for all the items that I'm going to get from the underground. Mostly the different types of stone, but it's important that we have a way to store that stuff. That'll also clear up some of the storage issues that I've got going on in the treehouse right now. Right now, all the stone types are scattered about in one or two chests, and if I don't nip that in the bud very quickly, that's going to get out of hand real darn fast. It's one more reason why it's good that I've got a bunch of cows. I can farm up leather to make item frames to help me designate where the different kinds of stone need to go. If I don't already have a chest filtered by its stock to handle just that kind of stone. Like andesite, gravel is not a stone, but it's technically able to be mined from underground. Stone, cobbled deep slate, tough. I want to use tough for some stuff, but it's not an easy thing to get a lot of unless you're down in the deep slate. Alright, what am I doing over here? I was going to make a couple more copper axes. Actually, I'm going to make 3 more. Might as well make sure I've got plenty of axes to last for the chopping, you know? Plus, if we do get to the point that we can work on making the mining tree, I've got to have an axe to chop up the, to chop up that stuff, to chop up the wood of the tree if I make any mistakes. I love this game. I love this game so much. But, yeah, Ham was asking earlier why I wasn't doing much Java stuff. Java is a little harder to do more content for at the moment. Bedrock Edition is easier to do content for right now, mainly through streaming, so I've been working on that more. But I've also been doing some background stuff with Java, experimenting with a few different things, learning a couple of different things, figuring out what I want to do for Java content. And like I said, there's going to be Java content coming. It's just, it takes a little longer to work with the Java stuff than it does to just jump right into a Bedrock stream. Man, this tree got tall. Break down all these logs. Hopefully we don't burn through all of our axes on just one tree. I mean, I don't think we will, but this is the tallest jungle tree that I've had to chop down in a long time, if ever. This may be the biggest one that I've ever had to chop. It's a little scary. But I am not against chopping it up. It's going very well. I am loving how good this farm is. I'm glad I ended up making this wood farm, because it's proving to be very beneficial so far. Imagine how much more efficient it's going to be when we can just breeze through it from top to bottom using a diamond axe. Or better yet, a netherite one. But netherite's gonna take a while to be acquired because, yeah, the netherite upgrade. I'm sure everybody was thinking about it. Netherite upgrades are awesome, but also not. I admit, I prefer to a degree when it was easy to upgrade diamond tools and gear into netherite when you didn't need the netherite upgrade, but I understand why they implemented the upgrade. I mean, the nether got its big update, but unless you need to go into a fortress for blaze rods or wither skeleton skulls, even with netherite, you don't really go anywhere else in the nether if your goal is netherite. If your goal is just netherite, you just dig down into the low Y levels and go for ancient debris. But now, with the netherite upgrade, you've got to hope that you can find a bastion and from inside pluck up the pluck a netherite upgrade. And then you got to worry about having enough diamonds to copy it so that you can upgrade all your gear and have an upgrade left over for if you need to make new netherite gear down the road. That's another part of the reason why I dread going to the nether, because I know if I go to the nether, at some point I've got to go find the upgrade. I hope that when we go to the nether, there's either a bastion or a nether fortress very close by, because I would want to get that over with. Either one or both. I would want to get it done and over with as fast as possible so that I don't have to worry about it anymore after that. Wow, we are getting so much wood. I didn't realize we were going to get so much jungle wood from all these trees. But then I didn't really expect all the trees to grow, like, one after the other as soon as I had placed them. It's like these trees grew at a rate to boggle the mind. Well, some of it will inevitably be put towards chests, Zario, but some of it's going to be used for the platforms of the jungle treehouse. And some of it is going to get used to build as logs to build more trees, like big, thick, artificially made trees, not naturally planted ones. I've done some natural planted trees, like all the 2x2 ones. Those are all naturally grown trees. But the 3x3 and 4x4 trees, those were my doing. Those were made by me, and they take a lot of jungle logs to make. So, I'm going to be doing one that's a circular tree, and it's going to be 7 blocks in diameter. So, it's going to be 3 blocks on each side with a corner kind of thing. Oh, alright, Davian, you be careful. Yes, both of the man-made trees that I've done so far have been hollow on the inside. They're both intended to have water elevators inside to get from the bottom all the way to the top. And then have water flowing down to carry me down through the different levels in the case of the animal farm. Because that one over there, that's the animal farm. That one, it's got water in one corner on the inside. That's nothing but source blocks going all the way to the top. So that I can eventually put soul sand at the bottom and have a bubble elevator going up. A bubble elevator that just goes straight up, that I can use to go all the way to the top where the lookout platform is. But then there's water flowing down in the corners next to it to carry me gently down between the layers where all the animals are. So that if I need to check on all those farms, I can. I'm going to go ahead and take a nap real quick because it is nighttime and I hate being out at night in Minecraft. I really do. And then the other one, I plan on having a water elevator of the same nature inside to take me up into the treehouse from the ground. That one right over there. That's my bedroom tree. Inside the leaves is my bedroom. And that was all artificially done. So was that tree. All these other trees are 2x2, and they're all real. They were all naturally grown. I don't know how they got to be so big in all cases, but I'm glad that so many of them were so tall, because it makes it so I can keep most of the platforms at or about the same level, which makes it easier to bridge between them. Which, that's a big deal when you're doing a lot of jungle treehouse platforms. The less I have to go up and down with the bridges, the better. Because then it's easier to build the bridges. And make them look and feel at least somewhat natural. But for the mining tree, the plan is to do one that is kind of round. The trunk will be round, circular, cylindrical from top to bottom and all that, with a 7-block diameter, which means I need a lot of logs in order to be able to build it. That's why I'm chopping up all these jungle trees, because I know I need them. I was chopping up all those spruce trees because I know I'm going to need them to replace the bridges that I currently have. Because right now, everything is jungle planks. I want to change out the bridges for spruce slabs instead of jungle plank slabs. And I'm thinking that I might, when I get dark oak, replace the rails along the bridges from jungle fences to dark oak fences, so that they look more like weird ropes, you know? That's my current plan. The plans are all subject to change. Any plan that I make on this world right now is subject to being changed, because I'm still in the very early days. Possibly, I might do something like that with some kind of cliffside if I do any kind of cliffside work. But I do have to be careful about a couple of things when I do any of my builds that involve water. Namely, I have to make sure that if there is flowing water, it does flow down. And that if I do bubble elevators, they're enclosed. Because if I don't enclose the bubble elevators to some degree, the monsters, particularly creepers, can become a problem. Because creepers, they can ride water going up. If they go... Let me try to illustrate this. Say that this represents a wall in the underground. And on one side of the wall is the cave, but on this side is a bubble elevator going up to the surface. If I'm being chased out of the cave by creepers, I go into the bubble elevator and go up. If the creeper somehow can still detect me and follow me through into the bubble elevator, it'll go up to the top, and then I'm in big trouble. No, no, I do not. I do not know the mechanics better than the developers. I've just picked up a few things that have helped me to stay alive a little bit better than I used to. Granted, I still die a lot. Ooh, pink sheep! Oh no! Aww. Dagnabbit, don't those wolves know that that's rare still? To see a pink sheep? A naturally spawned pink sheep? That is rare. Darn wolves, I could have collected that sheep. Oh well. It is what it is. Wolves are wolves. They're just gonna hunt whatever sheep they find. The only time they won't is if they're already tamed. L wolf. Yep, pretty much. Yep, I could have collected him. I would have happily given him a home among my sheep. Brought him into the flock. Given it a name, for that matter. Nice. Yeah, pink sheep aren't quite as uncommon anymore, but they are still rare. They're still uncommon to a degree, so finding a naturally spawned one is really good. It's really cool. And anytime that it happens, I usually try to either get a screenshot or just grab the sheep and take it to my base. If I can. But it doesn't always get to happen, because sometimes I'm loaded with loot and just trying to find my way home, or I'm traveling and I know I'm not going to go home right away. I'm going to go ahead and pick up these saplings, because I think I'm going to call off planting any... I'm going to hold off on planting any more jungle trees until I know if I need them. And if it turns out that I do, then I'll go ahead and plant them. But I can't spend the whole session doing nothing but farming trees, or I'm never going to get the mining tree built. I know this about myself. I can spend hours just farming in this game. Farming wood, mining cobble, hunting for diamonds and ores down in the caves, strip mining. In particular, I can do that for hours if I'm finding good ore and have good tools for the job. When I get in the farming groove, I don't like to get out of it. When I'm in the zone, I prefer to keep to the zone. So I know if I don't get myself off of this tree farming kick, we'll be sitting here farming trees for a while, possibly hours. Which, I wouldn't mind that, but I don't want you guys to be sitting here doing watching nothing but tree farming, per se. Tree building is at least slightly different. But I mean, if you guys did want to just watch me farm trees now and then, I wouldn't be against just doing that for a session or two. And it may happen. It may happen that we end up spending sessions just chatting and farming wood. But if I can avoid just doing only one singular activity as much as possible, that's what I would prefer. Does that all make sense? I hope I'm not just rambling at this point. I think to a degree I kind of am, but hey, I'm in a good mood. When I'm in a good mood and I'm talking about stuff that I like, I will tend to ramble. Fair warning to anybody who hasn't noticed that about me yet. Alright, we got 60 jungle saplings. How many stacks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? 9 saplings and 21 spare jungle logs. That is insane. That is insanely good. That is why I love having dedicated tree farms. And honestly, this is probably the best one that I've ever done. Because it's got space for any kind of tree. I can do dark oak, big jungle, big spruce, and even the pale oak here in the 2x2. And over here, I can do all the others. The only wood type that I can't farm here is the nether trees. And those, I can make another farming area for those particular wood types. I'm not above doing that. Would I prefer not to have to? Sure. Am I against having a separate nether wood farm? No, not at all. It's very likely that I will end up having a separate nether wood farm instead of just adapting the tower peak to include nether farming. Heck, for all I know, I may make another tree, another bigger tree, that has more of a dead look. Ooh, actually, that's not a bad idea. I was just thinking, when we are ready to do another portal, we can make another tree. A big artificial tree that looks dead, and inside of it, among the boughs, we can make our nether portal. And have it be that maybe the nether portal is why the tree is dead. Like, it formed in the tree and killed it, basically. I may need to get some pale oak for that, though. Pale oak would be perfect for that. Oh my gosh, I am glad that I just thought about all that out loud. That's cool. That's a cool idea. I think I tried to do something like that before when we didn't have pale stuff. Oh. Welcome to my world, Davian. Yeah, pale oak, a giant pale oak tree as our nether portal. What do you think? I like the idea, but I am curious what you guys think. So feel free to throw your opinions on the idea my way. I would be interested to hear what you guys have to say. If you can't put them in the chat, save them for the comments section. Alright, I want to make it so that this mining tree is relatively close by to the main tree for now. But I want to do it big and tall. So I'm thinking maybe right there. Go down to the ground and start it over there. $273 and $272. Yeah, that could work. Okay. Alright, so well, this is supposed to be a tree with a 7-block diameter, so it's not going to be even. So maybe over here. Yeah, that would work better. Make it diagonal to this tree. Did I line that up perfectly? I did. I lined that up perfectly. Okay, yeah. But I want it to be tall, so I've got plenty of room to put storage in the upper layers of the tree. And like I said, 7-block diameter circle. That way I've got room to have water elevators on one side and another. Water elevators on one side and a bubble elevator going up on one side, and then just a water chute going a down bubble elevator going on the other side. That's the plan. I think for now it'll end up having to be vines on the inside of one of them, though. Alright, let's start building this. Making sure that we can get up to higher areas. Oh, this is very close to this tree, isn't it? This tree may end up being gone before it's over with, but we'll see. I just hope I've given myself enough room to work with on this. Pretty sure I have. I'm pretty sure I'm okay. Can't decide if I want to do the storage on the inside of the tree or on the outside on a high platform. I think I might do a mix. Alright. That doesn't quite put me at the same level. But it gets me close. I've still got lots of logs. Okay. I'm glad I farmed so much of that wood because, like I thought, I'm gonna need a lot of it. Put torch here in the middle to make it so that stuff doesn't spawn inside the tree. We'll make a fishing rod. You could guess why I'm making that. This is gonna be tricky. Oh, are you gonna make a stasis chamber? You're gonna make it so that you got a stasis chamber to get you out of hairy situations? Or are you making it so that you can pull monsters up into the air and fling them into the sky so they fall and are decimated? Just a suggestion. I know Dream used that trick on the guys in some of the manhunt videos. And they, in turn, have used it on him, too. But I figure you're probably using it to make the stasis chamber for Bedrock Edition. Smart, in my opinion. Very smart. Whatever you end up doing with it, here's hoping that it ends up serving its purpose well. Oh, you're gonna ride a Strider! Oh, well, bit of advice. They can go on land. They're just gonna be slower if there's no lava under them. What, the way I'm putting in all these blocks? This is the most efficient way that I've found for myself to be able to fill in walls and build up structures where I need to go up like this. Because you can only reach straight down 3 blocks when you're building. You place some stuff, even when crouched. Doing it like this, I can keep going around and around and take care of what I need to take care of. I just need to have enough blocks to get me as high up as I want to go. Which, in this case, I'm pretty sure that I do. I've still got a couple of stacks left. But we'll see. Yeah, I may have to remove this tree here. I was going to use this tree for something, but I think it's going to have to come down. You know what? I don't know why I got water right now, because I can just use scaffolding to go down. I mean, it's not as fast to go up, but it's a very efficient going down. So I'm actually going to end up having a little more wood than I already do. Because I do think this tree needs to go. I think it's too close. I know normal, natural jungles in Minecraft are very dense, but I don't like my artificial trees being too close to other trees. See, we can chop 4 blocks down, but we can only build 3 blocks. Breaking, we can reach 4. Placing, we can only reach 3. It's got to do with how our reach is adjusted based when we're crouched. That's why I got into the habit of doing that building technique. That wall building technique. That's how I got into the habit of doing it that way. I realized I can break 4 blocks down, but placing a block I can only reach down 3 blocks. Even when crouched. And again, that's got to do with how our reach shifts depending on if we are ourselves crouched or shifted or not. If we're not shifting, then or crouching, then we can only break 3 blocks deep. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I see a drowned. Hopefully that guy doesn't come on land. If he does, I'm gonna probably have to smack him around a bit. I don't like that. This is another one of those times when I wish I had an allay companion. I wish it was possible to actually tame an allay and tell it to wait somewhere, instead of having to tie them off and just hope that they don't wander. Uh-huh, I knew it. I knew I was gonna have a drowned on the land. Hey, a copper ingot! Thank you. I guess that guy was just coming up here to gift me a copper ingot. I almost feel guilty about him having to die to give it up, though. Oh well. It is what it is. Man, this has been a good session. Let me just say, I've been enjoying this session. I just realized I'm gonna end up having to plant a few more big jungle trees up in the top of the Tower of Stone, because I need leaves. If I'm gonna make the tree look natural, or at least somewhat natural, I'm gonna need leaves. Which means I'm gonna have to get shears and chop them up. Get a few saplings, and let's go ahead and go plant them. Oh, I can't get through there. Just go over here like this. That worked. Yeah, that's yet another reason why I don't like going to the Nether. Because there's so much lava, and it runs like water. That's why mining in the Nether scares me a lot. I always end up being afraid I'm gonna open up a path into a lava lake above me when I'm down in the depths of the Nether, and end up getting roasted. get melted down to nada and lose everything. But that's why when we get to the nether, you guys are going to see, I have a particular simple way that I do strip mining in the nether that helps keep my stuff from getting torched. Alright, picking up some more saplings. I'm good with that. The beautiful thing about chopping up so much jungle stuff, you get a decent number of saplings back. I still hope that they eventually go back and fix the bug that they unwittingly made in jungle trees, though. If you haven't heard me talk about it before, jungle trees actually have a much lower return rate of saplings than any other wood type, because of when they were supposed to stay rare. There was a time where jungles were supposed to be very rare, and during that time, jungle saplings had a low drop chance. And they've never gone back and corrected that. Though jungles aren't so rare anymore, they've never gone back to correct that little tidbit. Yep. Glowstone in inconvenient places. Totally hear you on that. It's like, could they possibly make it so that glowstone forms in places where we can actually get to it without having to risk life and limb and tools to get it? Excuse me, life, limb, and gear in general? Like, come on, Mojang. You could have at least, when you revamped the Nether, you could have made that more convenient too. You made the Nether somewhat livable. Could you have please made it so we could get glowstone easier in the process? I'm gonna have to step aside from... I'll be right back. I gotta step aside. I gotta find my other water cup. The one I've got here is run out. Be right back. Yeah, you guys get to hang out with my cat for a little bit. Or one of my cats. And I am back with some water. Thank goodness. I was getting thirsty. Zario, I appreciate that, my dude. I really do. If I knew how to set one up for YouTube, I would do so. I'm going to end up having to research a bit and see if I can find a tutorial on how to do that. Because I would love to set up stuff like that for you guys to be able to use. Especially if it would, in turn, make interactive stuff happen on the stream. To have an engaging, interactive streaming setup is a dream for me. And I would love to make it become a reality. I really, really would. It's just, there's still some aspects of the streaming bit that I'm getting used to. But I can promise you, if I can get that kind of stuff set up, I'm going to get that kind of stuff set up. Nice! Landing on the scaffolding, take no damage. I think this may end up being another really tall tree. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having a tall tree. Tall trees are good trees, in my opinion. I just knocked some saplings down. Hang on. Okay, that did not clutch the way I was hoping that it would. That was not good. You know what? For safety's sake, I'm gonna pour some water in here. That way I've got a little bit of cushion if I fall on the inside. Falling on the outside, I better hope that I'm able to land on scaffolding. Or do a water bucket clutch. There's a lot of things that I want to add to this session if I can. Honestly, I think donate button may be something that is restricted to channels with a lot more watch hours, but I don't know if it is so restricted. Again, gotta do some research. And if I can set up something, even just something that connects with the coffee page, or anyone who interacts with that gets a reaction on the stream, hey, I'm okay with setting that kind of thing up. I just gotta figure out how to do it. Alright, so we've definitely reached a good height for the platform to connect to the rest of the tree. Maybe I could have put this a little further to the side, connect with there, but at the very least it can connect to right there. It can connect to that. Pretty sure it can anyway. Hang on. Let's test something. Actually, let me do that with scaffolding. What am I doing? Oh, it's landing on leaves. Uh-oh. What? That is part of why I put the water there. No, it's getting dark. Let's head up to the bedroom, get some sleep. You can do an external thing and YouTube doesn't take them. Huh. Thank you for letting me know about that, Zario. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research and find the way to do that. Ow. Yeah, okay, I'm lined up to be on the corner of that tree, so I can do the bridge from there. Cool. And is this where... Yep. Going down. That was satisfying. As all get out. Good grief. I'm so glad I did that. I loved that. That was fun. Breaking down a tower of scaffolding, no matter whether you do it from the top or from the bottom, it is so satisfying now. Yeah. It used to be that it was only if you broke it from the top that it was so enjoyable, but now you can break it from below and it'll do that breakdown that it does, and it's just... Oh. Makes you feel so good. Sends a little thrill through you, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so we got the tree built up as thick as I want it. I almost want to take it higher than the bedroom tree. Well, I'm going to stream until I decide I'm ready to call it quits. And I'm not ready to call it quits yet, so you might get your wish. You might get your wish, Zario. Because I might even go ahead and dig down into the underground from within the tree and start figuring out how I want to do the mine. How big do I want to make the hubs? How wide are the tunnels going to be? That kind of thing. I might go ahead and start trying to figure that out. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I do know that I got to figure out how I want to do the water elevators. Do I want to do a bubble column with just inside from these corners? Do I want to do it just inside from here? Because I know I've got to have one going up, one going down, and then up on the platform that connects to the rest of the treehouse, I want to do a second upward vader that connects to the storage areas above. Because the hubs are all going to have chests where I can dump the stuff from mining to where I can just keep it there until I'm ready to bail on the mining. But aside from that, I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this. It might be that what I want to do is one block inward towards the center from here. I want water to be going all the way down. On the opposite side, have it be coming all the way up, and then over here or over there, have one that goes up from the connecting platform to the very top of the tree. I'm just not 100% sold either way. I'm still thinking on it. realized I made a mistake putting the water there. Having a source right there is fine. But... Alright, so I've still got a stack and 15 left over. That's cool. I've got half a stack of scaffolding still on me. That's nice. That's nice. And the trees have grown on top of the tower, or at least a few of them have, to give me a way to get some leaves. That's good. Found a bastion, but is not the one I'm looking for. And the skeleton wants to end my career so bad. Oh man, Davian, I am so sorry you're dealing with something like that. Skeleton in the nether is a pain in the neck. That's mangrove logs. Hello, mangrove. I want you. Acacia I don't care about unless I can have the saplings. He wants baked potatoes. I must acquire baked potatoes. I want to say that I have some left over from a period when I was using potatoes for food, as well as crops. Come back here, you moron. Any amount of mangrove that I can get from these guys, I buy, because I've said it before, mangrove wood is one of the most frustrating to have to farm. And it's entirely because of the way you farm it. You gotta wait for the propagules to grow, and then you can harvest them, and then you chop down the tree, and then you still got the roots to deal with. I will never understand why the mangrove roots have to be a thing. It's like, dude. None of the other trees have a root system. I mean, azaleas have something. The rooted dirt. But that's a whole other kind of ball game. You know what I mean? I think you guys know what I mean. Go ahead and put away this jungle wood for now. And the jungle saplings, we can go ahead and put those away. Because again, with the trees that I planted on the tower this time, I just want the leaves, because I need leaves to make the tree seem natural. If a tree doesn't have leaves, it's not natural enough. Once it has leaves, it can seem at least somewhat natural. Or Y level 83. I gotta remember that. I want to have the platform be at Y level 83 as well. Either Y level 83 or Y level 80 or 85. I'm thinking possibly bringing it down to Y level 80. I'd have to build a bridge downward from this area, but I can also build it up from the other area instead. We'll see. Alright, what am I doing? I am thinking and trying not to spiral in the process. Yeah, I think I am gonna do the idea where it's the Y level 80. Hang on 1 second. Just 1 second. Checking some notes for info about something. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Gonna have to keep that in mind. Huh. Yeah, gonna have to look for that later. But I'll be able to do that later. Anyway, what was I doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm going up into the bedroom to get a nap, to take a nap, sorry. And then, once I do that, I either gotta collect or craft some shears. Since I don't have a silk touch hoe, and use the shears to get leaves from the jungle trees. That's what's going on. There's a pair, but they're almost broken, so let's make another set to use once they do break. And we'll go over here, we'll head for the tower. Hopefully we'll get enough leaves to be able to make this feel like a natural tree over there. I feel like I did pretty good making the 2 artificial trees I've done so far feel natural in terms of the shaping on the leaves, but if you guys disagree, let me know. I mean, I know with the one I ended up getting rid of the top of the tree, the very top, and put a lookout platform there instead, but still, all things considered, I think I did pretty good with that tree. It feels pretty natural. But that's me. That's me thinking. Alright, let's go... You know what, let's build our scaffolding tower up from here. What's blocking me? Ah. Oops. Okay, and go up a little bit further. And let's actually start with these trees. These 2. I'd rather have a silk touch pick to do this, but shears were intended for this purpose. This, and for getting wool from sheep. I'm thinking I might have been better off getting even more shears than this. Yep, because there goes the second set. Ow. Well, so far we got 3 stacks. Although, that's not going to go very far. I wonder if any of them got caught on any other leaves that are still there. Probably. Surprise me if they didn't. Yeah, here's some. So I'm thinking we got 4 stacks and 14 so far. Make that 4 stacks and 22. Nope. 4 stacks. 4.5 stacks, basically. Nope. Precisely. Nope, nope, not precisely. Of course, they couldn't let me be precise. They had to make a fibber out of me on that regard. It's not precise anymore. Ooh. There's a good number over here that I hadn't realized were here. Alright, 5 stacks. 5 stacks and 3. Not bad. 5 stacks and 3. That's pretty good. It's a good number of leaves. That should help get that tree nice and leafy and green up top. Hopefully I can make it at least somewhat look... Make it look at least somewhat natural, but we'll see on that part. I am thinking I kinda want to grab... I kinda want to craft some more shears and make some more leaves into my possessions. It'd be nice if there was another recipe for shears, a recipe that didn't require just the same kind of shears, but on the other hand, you can make a diamond hoe and put silk touch on it. So then, why do you need the other bit, right? Once you've got that, why do you need shears anymore? Hey you! Are you the same one that I just traded with a minute ago? Come back here and answer me! Huh? Yes, you are. Okay. It is the same one that I traded with earlier. I wasn't sure if this was a new guy. If it was, I was going to see what his trades were. But it is the same dude, so... no point. Alright, let's make... I don't want to waste a whole boatload of iron on this. We're going to go ahead and make 2 more sets of shears and go get more leaves. I've got more than a stack of saplings for jungle trees, so I'm not worried about running out anymore. As soon as I've got a stack of a tree's saplings, I start to relax on how intense I am about collecting the saplings from trees I farm. I'm not sure if that really makes a whole lot of sense, but just how it ends up feeling. I end up feeling a lot more relaxed about the collecting the saplings from such trees. I don't worry about it as much, because I know I've already got a ton of the saplings of that tree. So, what's the point in worrying so much, you know? We may have lost some leaves over the side here. Just started to wonder about that. I don't think we necessarily did. I think we're safe about that, but I'm not sure. Low-key thrill seeker when it comes with the nether. I have no idea, Davian. I have no idea. Me? I'm not so much of a thrill seeker when it comes to the nether. But if you feel like you are one, well... hey, as far as I'm concerned, power to you for being able to find yourself as a thrill seeker with regards to the nether, because I can't. The closest I come to that is hunting for a specific structure in the nether. That, or, you know, mining further and further into the depths of the nether to get more debris. Now, do I need all these, leaves? Probably not. Probably not at this point, but better to collect them now than not have them until we get the until we get a hoe, you know? That sounded so weird. And wait. Doing good. It's a lot of leaves here, and some of them are starting to decay out from under me. That's not good. Uh-oh. I think we've got more on us than we can carry. That's a little scary. Well, there went the last of that pair of shoes' durability. That's a lot of leaves. That means we'll be able to put in a good canopy at the top of that one tree. Alright, Ellison. Hey, you have a good time playing Fortnite. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh, that is satisfying. So satisfying. I love it when we break scaffolding. Take a quick nap. Chow down on steak. And we're good to go. So, let's go. Down, down, down. Oh, hi! Oh, nasties. We got nasties at the base of the tower. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to deal with you nasty things. Ooh, nice. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you enjoy that pork chop, Zario. Pork chops are good. They are delish. They are very, very delish. Do I want to go Do I want to go 5 blocks taller? Make this 100 blocks tall up to the leaves? I'm not sure. I kind of feel like this is good enough. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Make it nice and round. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. Nice. Nice. I am loving this. I really am. I'm thinking we're going to adjust the design a little bit compared to what we have on the other tree. Walls of leaves and a floor of planks with a leaf barrier underneath. Oops. I know, that was a waste of a leaf block, but it's okay. If I need to, I can plant more jungle trees to get more jungle leaves. It's not the end of the world if we lose a few. And I'm doing full plank blocks instead of, like, plank slabs, because this is more effective at keeping it sturdy. Alright, let's drop down. I want to go get some more jungle wood to make this interior. Zario's doing a bunch of money tongues in the chat. That's funny. All I can think is not even sure what the deal is with that, but meh. Wait a minute, do I have more leaves in here? I do. Good. Good. That'll make it so I have a little more cushion before I run out of leaves. Because I gotta go get some of the, some more of our jungle wood out. There we go. Ow. Hold my steaks so that I can chow down once I get up here. Whoops. Taking a little bit of inspiration from our watchtower and how I built it. The watchtower platform on top of the animal tree, I mean. The way it's going to work is we're going to have a floor here in the middle, which may end up becoming my enchanting room. I'm thinking that that may be a thing. I may have the enchanting room up here with the mine storage. That actually makes sense to me, because I'm going to need to be able to bring lapis to the enchanting room once I have it built. So yeah, I think that's what this space up here is going to be. Combination enchanting room, lapis storage, and mine storage. Now I'll just put the enchanting space in the middle. At least that's going to be my current plan. Whoops. Going to be a very thick foliage area up top of the tree, on the according to the exterior, but there's good reason for that. Yes! Taking down piglin brutes from a distance. So satisfying. A little bit of a interesting tidbit. I don't think piglin brutes are immune to fire. So, If you can lure them into a situation where they fall into lava... You see where I'm going with this? Hmm? Oh, snap, that's not good. This is a thunderstorm. Okay, we are snoozing. I've got some ideas how to make it so that thunderstorms won't be as big of a threat to us. But those are ideas that are going to take time to implement. Right now, the only way to deal with it is just sleep and skip the night. Nice! A treasure bastion! I'm pretty sure that's the kind you need in order to have a good chance of finding a netherite upgrade. I could be wrong, so don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. Alright, so this is where we're going to have the water flow to come up. I'm going to put crafting table here. In the middle. There's going to be bookshelves. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. It's a 100% chance. Nice. That's good. Actually, I think I'm going to have to put it in one of the sides. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a water landing spot on this side, a bubble elevator on this side, and then on these two sides at the back are going to be the mine access. Get a nice view from up here. We're not as high up as the lookout platform, but this is still pretty high up. And the lookout platform and the Tower of Stone are both pretty high points in our base structure right now. I like it. I do. I very much like it. We are setting up a really awesome space here. Actually, looking at this again, this whole space could end up being a nice library and enchanting room. With... yeah. So I might go ahead and remove these slabs. Actually, no. Put the slabs back. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can have 20 bookshelves. I'm curious. Enchanting tables, do they check, like, if I had books stacked, bookshelves stacked 3 high like that, and an enchanting table sitting here on top of the crafting table, would the enchanting table detect them? Would it detect all three layers? I think it could, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it could. I'm pretty sure that it could. And then in that case, those extra bookshelves could actually help give us a better chance of getting more good enchantments. I'm pretty sure that that is a thing. That more bookshelves means better enchantments. Even when it's a case of, okay, you got more... Yeah. I think that it works that way, but I don't know for sure. It does work that way? Okay. Okay, good to know. Because even if what I do is have 3 high on these 3 blocks, these ones, and this one, that's 8 blocks times 3. That's 24 bookshelves. That's more than the 15 that they say you need to get maximum enchantments. You only need 15 to get maximum enchantments, which is level 30. The ones that take 30 XP levels in order to get access to those enchantments, but having more bookshelves than that actually enhances the enchanting table to give even more good stuff. You just can't have anything between the enchanting table and those bookshelves. So if I had bookshelves right here, and then I put some right here, and then I put a plank here, this plank is going to block the enchanting table from seeing the bottom 2 bookshelves in this arrangement. So you can't have solid blocks. I don't think you can even have slabs between the enchanting table and the bookshelves that are supposed to power it. I'm pretty sure that having that there messes up the connection. It breaks the connection so that the enchanting table can't actually see them. But as long as the enchanting table can see a face of the bookshelf, then you're all good. It'll connect, and you'll be able to do what you want to do, thanks to that bookshelf. I'm kind of going around and around and explaining it, but that's basically how it's supposed to work. I'm going to need to grab my jungle stairs, because I want to go ahead and start making the platform around that tree at Y level 80. So from here it's going to go down to that platform, but it's not going to have to go down very far. It's going to be a shallow bridge, assuming that it's any assuming that there's any angle of the bridge at all, anyway. Dang it! I was like half a second too late. That's annoying. Alright, going up. Up, 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 up. To Y level 80. Y level 80. There we go. And boop. Boop. I don't know if we're going to have enough to wrap all the way around, but hopefully we do. If we do, great. If we don't, I've got some planks. We can make a few more stairs. I would just rather not have to if I can avoid it. I'd like to be able to say that we already had enough. It's super satisfying when you end up having just enough to finish a job. You know what I mean? But we do not currently have enough. Dagnabbit. I'm quite sure of that. I'm pretty sure we are, yeah, we're short. We're short several of them. Darn. Yep. Well, we've had more close calls than that, but that's the first water bucket clutch close call so far of the session. Very annoying, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna put from that and put one on here like that, and now we've got more than we need to make a ring all around. So let's put some torches to light up the platform. And is this the side that I dripped water? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So now I can use the water to go up. There's that. Make some more planks. There we go. Now I've got a way to go up. And a way to come down from up top. Sweet. You know what? I'm going to put a bed in here, and I'm going to keep one up here so that I've got a way to respawn up here if I need to. And I think that is where we're going to call it for this session for tonight. This has been a satisfying start to the mining tree, and I'm looking forward to building up this whole thing. I really, really am. Check out those leafless trees behind us. That's funny. And I want to thank everybody so very much for watching. You guys have been awesome. You really, really have. Thank you for all the views, all the support the channel has been getting. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed this session, don't forget to let me know by leaving likes, commenting, subscribing, and of course by smacking that notification bell so that you don't miss the next stream or video. Don't forget to check out the About page. There are links to other pages of mine on there. And I hope I see you guys next time. Until then, I am JGuard01, your guide, your bard, and your humble host into the world's virtual. And I'll see you all next time right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!